Tumpeng is a typical Indonesian dish usually served to celebrate special occasions. Its presentation involves arranging cone-shaped rice in the center, surrounded by various side dishes and vegetables. Tumpeng, or tumpeng rice, is a dish served in traditional ceremonies of Javanese, Balinese, Madurese, and Sundanese communities, where the rice is shaped into a cone and served with side dishes. The rice used is typically yellow rice, plain white rice, or coconut rice. This rice presentation is characteristic of Javanese or Betawi, descendants of Javanese, culture and is usually prepared during ceremonies or celebrations of significant events. However, this tradition is now familiar throughout Indonesia. Tumpeng is usually served on a tampa, a traditional round container made of woven bamboo, lined with banana leaves. People in Java, Bali, and Madura have the habit of making tumpeng for ceremonies or celebrating important events such as births, birthdays, and various other Thanksgiving ceremonies. However, now almost all Indonesians are familiar with tumpeng. The philosophy of tumpeng is closely related to the geographical conditions of Indonesia, especially the island of Java, which is filled with a series of volcanic mountains. Tumpeng originates from the ancient tradition of Indonesian society that venerates mountains as the abode of hayang, or ancestral spirits. After the Javanese community adopted and was influenced by Hindu culture, rice molded into a cone shape was intended to imitate the sacred Mount Meru, the abode of gods and goddesses. Although the tumpeng tradition existed long before the arrival of Islam to the island of Java, the tradition of tumpeng in its development was adopted and associated with the philosophy of Javanese Islam and considered as a message from ancestors regarding the request to the Almighty. In the traditional Islamic ceremony of Slamtan in Javanese society, tumpeng is served after reciting the Quran. According to Javanese Islamic tradition, tumpeng is an acronym in Javanese. Yen metu kudu mempeng. If coming out, it must be sincere. There is another food item called buseng, made from glutinous rice, an acronym for yen lebe kudu kenseng. If entering, it must be earnest. The side dishes of tumpeng, numbering 7 varieties. The number 7 in Javanese language is petu, meaning help. These 3 acronyms originate from a prayer in Surah Al-Isra verse 80. O my Lord, let me enter with sincerity and, also, let me leave with sincerity and let me be granted from yourself a supporting authority. According to some commentators, this prayer was recited by Prophet Muhammad SAW when he was about to migrate from the city of Mecca to the city of Medina. Therefore, when someone hosts an event by serving tumpeng, it means seeking help from the Creator so that we can obtain goodness and be protected from evil, and obtain glory that provides assistance. And all of that will be achieved if we are willing to make a sincere effort. Tumpeng is an important part of traditional celebration ceremonies. Celebrations or ceremonies are expressions of gratitude and thanksgiving to the Almighty for the abundance of harvest and other blessings. Because of its sense of gratitude and celebration, tumpeng often serves as a birthday cake in birthday celebrations. As reported in the book, Bali is not India, tumpeng is a representation of Indonesia's geographical conditions filled with volcanic mountains. This dish has existed since ancient times to honor mountains as the abode of hayang or ancestral spirits. When the spread of Hinduism occurred on the island of Java, the cone-shaped tumpeng was made to imitate Mount Meru, which was considered sacred. Allegedly, this mountain was the residence of gods and eventually, the arrival of Islam to the island of Java shifted the meaning of tumpeng. Initially, it was to honor the mountain, then it changed into an expression of gratitude to the one Almighty God. Usually, it is served after reciting the Quran, enjoyed together. In essence, tumpeng is a manifestation of tolerance, sincerity, magnanimity, and admiration for the greatness of the Almighty. The cone-shaped tumpeng, surrounded by side dishes and vegetables, symbolizes the ecosystem of life. The towering cone of rice symbolizes the greatness of God the Creator. The variety of side dishes and vegetables around the rice symbolizes the contents of nature. Additionally, there are tumpengs with different colors, such as yellow and white, each with its own meaning. The white color of the tumpeng rice symbolizes purity, while yellow represents wealth and noble morals. Even the side dishes have their own meanings, such as salted fish symbolizing mutual cooperation, boiled eggs representing determination, and chicken symbolizing obedience to the creator. Meanwhile, the vegetables, such as kluwe, symbolize the desire for abundant sustenance. Irap vegetables, consisting of spinach, water spinach, and bean sprouts, symbolize peace, faith, and fertility. The first step is to cut the tip of the cone-shaped tumpeng by a respected person in the community. After that, the host or organizer of the event slices the tumpeng 3/4 of the way down. Apparently, this cutting method has symbolic meanings as reported in the Nekakrisi tumpeng. Its significance is as if blessings can be distributed equally among fellow citizens. Tumpeng is usually served as a requirement for organizing traditional ceremonies of Javanese, Madurese, Sundanese, and Balinese tribes. Typically, their traditional ceremonies are related to the life cycle of individuals, ranging from pregnancy, birth, marriage, to death. As time goes by, tumpeng is not only served during traditional ceremonies but also various types of Thanksgiving events, such as the Independence Day of the Republic of Indonesia. Usually, red and white tumpeng is served, symbolizing the colors of the Indonesian flag. As for the types of tumpeng in Indonesia, they include 1. Tumpeng pungkur served during funeral ceremonies. 2. Tumpeng megana for birth ceremonies. 3. Tumpeng robyong served for significant occasions such as harvest seasons, praying for rain, or warding off diseases. 4. Tumpeng kendit symbolizing liberation from difficulties. 5. Tumpeng tumbuk used for birthday celebrations. Once again, tumpeng is an abbreviation of yen metu kudu sing mempeng in Javanese, meaning, if you come out, you must do it sincerely. That is the story of the history and philosophical meaning of tumpeng that we should understand.